Our main topic today is going to be smart devices by myself, Tom Kreuzer. As I mentioned, you can mute your audio and you can turn off your video until the Q&A at the end of the presentation. You can use the chat to ask a question or comment during the presentation, and I'll look at those after the formal presentation. The handout, if you want it, is currently out on the PC Club website. If you go to the meetings, past meeting files. The agenda will cover some club status stuff, and then we'll get to our main topic. Future meetings, the MaxSig has a meeting coming up this Friday. And so if you do have an iPhone or an iPad, it's worthwhile getting some of the updates that Mike Griffin and the group has. Also, we have coming up in August the Q&A, the online. That'll be August 4th. And everyone's welcome to join that. Our next general presentation, my throat's a little tickly. The next general presentation will be Wednesday, August 19th, and that'll be on identity theft in the dark web. We'll update a number of tips and services and how to protect yourself there. Just a reminder, we do have our annual PCC dinner celebration coming up July 29th from 4:30 to 6:30 at the Green Mill in Woodbury. And a number of invitations have been sent out, and I include the links in the emails, and it's also out on the club website. If you want to attend, you must RSVP and pay by July 22nd. So you've got roughly a week there. And then hopefully we'll all be getting together on the 29th, so in 2 weeks there. Officers, Jim is our president, Linda is our vice president, Paul is our membership secretary, Andrew is our treasurer, Chuck is our recording secretary, Mike is our MaxSig, Paula is our director at large, and I'm also a director at large. Members old and new, you can pay your dues to Paul Ebert. And a notification gets sent out when your subscription is running out. If you're changing your email, make sure and notify us, because that's the way we keep in touch and send out notices. If you have suggestions for topics, you can email your ideas to any of the board members. We're always looking for people to volunteer to present on hardware or software, maybe something that you use at work or at home. Or if you don't want to present, you can write a short, meaning a sentence or two, or a long article for our monthly eBytes newsletter. Out on our website, I try and record all the presentations, so past recordings and handouts are out there if you missed it or want to revisit anything. We do have our deal sections, and we have our monthly eBytes newsletter. And there's the link, but it's also sent in all the emails. Okay, let's get to our main topic today, which is going to be smart devices by myself, Tom Kreuzer. And there's thousands of smart devices. We've been waiting for years, or at least I have, ever since I saw the Jetsons in their futuristic house and all the gadgets that they had, flying cars, you name it. But I've been waiting for it, and it's starting to come. There are smart versions of almost every home device today. And we'll talk about all the different devices and things like that, but they run the gamut from refrigerators and microwaves and plugs and lights and locks and cameras and you name it, it's out there. They are changing our lives for the better, and the prices for these smart capability are dropping every day, and the features that they can do are being added to all the time. So it's an exciting time there. This all kind of fits together, these smart devices, is an electronic device that connects to other devices and networks to create what's called the Internet of Things, or sometimes you'll see it abbreviated IoT. So you can combine all these things and have them interact with each other. Unlike traditional devices like a dumb refrigerator or a dumb TV, they can learn, they can connect, and they can respond. Setting up a lamp to turn on and off is relatively simple and very inexpensive, but others can require a serious investment of time, money, and even a monthly subscription. So understand your options, pick the ones that's best for you, and enjoy the smart capabilities. Over 90% of the people in the U.S. have at least one smart device, with 75 billion plus expected to be connected worldwide by 2030. And that's exciting because in the world, we've got, roughly 8 billion people. So there's numerous devices for everyone. Okay, what are some things to consider before you buy any device? Well, devices usually come with their own apps to work with them, but to smarten them up, it takes planning on what to buy and how to connect all the different devices you may have today or in the future. Some devices only operate by themselves, while others use a standard like Matter. Matter is a standard for some of these IoT or Internet of Things devices to talk and interact with each other from multiple manufacturers. You also have older standards like Zigbee and, I can't think of, there's a couple other major players in the market too, but the standards are becoming better and the interaction is becoming more elaborate. Most devices will work with assistants like Amazon's Alexa, Google Home, or Apple's Home. The assistants can be used to turn your lights on and off, view your cameras, control your TV, change the thermostat, open doors, and thousands of other tasks. A single voice command can also trigger multiple tasks on multiple devices. And if you have smart devices, you really should have an assistant to pull things together and to automate a lot of things. Most people do set up the devices themselves, while others may hire a professional installation. Some people, let's say for a security system, getting all the doors and the motion and where things go. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, you can hire somebody to professionally install some of these smart devices. Some devices require a monthly fee. And that may be for like video storage if you have cameras. Could be for a cell phone connection that might be necessary for that particular smart device. Could be for monitoring. Or there's a number of extras that some provide for an additional price. Most of these devices get their power from a plug-in to the wall. But some of them do use batteries, so if you're going to be looking to put a device in a location that doesn't have a plug-in, you may want a battery, or you may want rechargeable, or you may want solar. So those are all considerations of where's the power going to come from. The other thing that all these devices need is they need to connect to your Wi-Fi. So you do need good Wi-Fi speed, both speed and coverage, within your house there. And if you don't have that speed, or your coverage doesn't go from one end to the other, or up your floors, or things like that, you're going to have to look at getting better home network. And so that may require an update there. Okay, let's start talking about smart devices in general, and we'll go over a lot of different categories here. Prices continue to come down to as low as $5 you can get some of these smart devices. And that's incredible because these smart devices have a CPU in there, they have an operating system, they have some memory, they have the capability to connect to Wi-Fi, they have all this capability, and you're seeing devices for as little as $5 coming out. And there's new devices are being added all the time. whenever your old dumb device dies, or even if you've had a first generation smart device, consider buying a new one, a new smart device. It's usually going to have more features, more functions, and make that consideration. Now, that doesn't mean that everything that you get has to be a smart device. I recently bought a refrigerator. Well, there are smart refrigerators out there with touch panels and trying to keep track of the inventory in the refrigerator. I just didn't see a benefit there for the extra cost and what it could do. So I ended up buying a dumb refrigerator. But would I buy a dumb TV? No, I wouldn't buy a dumb TV. You absolutely need a smart TV. So whenever your devices are coming to their end of life and they stop working or get outdated, consider a smart device. You can search the internet for the latest devices, recommendations, features, and prices. Okay, let's get into the devices themselves. And we won't go into a lot of detail on these devices because some of them you already know. And if you do want more information, certainly Google is your friend and you can find out all kinds of stuff. But one of the most common is a smartphone. Over 90% of the people in the U.S. own a smartphone, and that's good. Another thing that's very popular is most of us have a car. Well, if you bought a car within the last 15 years, it's come with some smart capabilities. You can connect your phone. If you have a display, you may be able to display maps and GPS coordinates and stuff like that on it. It can log errors. It can keep track of safe driving alerts and even self-driving and systems like that are out there. Okay, another popular smart item, as I mentioned, is a TV. It's very hard to buy a TV that isn't a smart TV. And even if you do have a smart TV, well, you can always buy an external TV box that may have even more capabilities. So if you have an older TV that's 5 years old, consider getting a new box for it, a Roku or Amazon Fire, or there's a number of, and we talked about these external boxes before too. And some of them, like on my TVs, I have a Roku, and I think I paid $29. It's 4K capable. It has a microphone built into it, so I can talk into it. My older TVs don't have that built in, but I can take advantage of the newer technology in that. Also on these smart TVs, you can load apps, and these apps can be for paid live TV or on-demand streaming services like Netflix, YouTube TV, Hulu Plus, HBO Max, AT&T, Disney, Apple. Also, there's free ad-supported and free streaming services like Peacock, Pluto, Tubi, and Crackle. In addition to watching on your TV, many people turn their TV into their entertainment center. And so it can stream music. It can play podcasts from Spotify, Pandora, YouTube Music, Apple Music. You can even use it to access your social media like a Facebook or a YouTube or a Twitter or an Instagram. There's apps to do chat like FaceTime or Zoom through your TV. And if you're going to do that, then you're either get a TV that already has a camera capability and a mic built in, or there's other options too. You can mirror or share pictures from your smartphone or tablet on your TV using services, and these, depending on the box that you have in the TV, these services, the most common are Google Cast or Apple AirPlay. Web browsers. You can even browse the web. Browsing can be challenging unless you add a wireless keyboard or use voice. So a wireless keyboard, you can buy a Bluetooth wireless keyboard for like $20 and connect it to your TV and use it that way. Many of these higher-end smart TVs have built-in voice or video assistants built into the TV, and that could be an Amazon Alexa or a Google Assistant. And they usually have a mic in the remote or a mic or camera built into the TV. Regardless of the age, kind of all of these TVs will let you control the TV by using an assistant and voice. So you can say power on, mute, volume up, change channel, playback, fast forward, rewind, pause, things like that. So when I get a telephone call and I want the TV to mute, all I have to do is give the command, mute TV. And my TV, I don't have to look for a remote. I don't have to push a button. Another nice thing is if you do start getting multiple streaming services and using multiple things, you've probably had trouble finding a particular TV show or what it's on and getting to it. Well, most of them now come with a more advanced universal search engine or guide. So you can use that to find what to view and what service it may be on. Okay, next category of smart devices we'll talk about is speaker or voice assistants. And we talked a little bit about that. Those are the Amazon Alexa, Google Now, or Apple HomePod. You can play music, radio, podcast, answer questions, order anything, weather, create a shopping list, set alarms and reminders, connect to other smart products in the home. You can make telephone calls from the speaker. You can send messages and thousands of other tasks. And prices vary from $30 to $300, and they come in all different sizes. These are just some of the devices that Amazon sells, whether it's glasses, whether it's wireless earbuds there, the Amazon Dot, cameras, and things like that. Personally, myself, in my house, I have 7 Amazon Dots. I paid anywhere from $1 to $25 each in my house. I picked up a number of them at garage sales or church sales where somebody must have been given it, never plugged it in, never did anything, and then donated it to the church or sold it at their garage sale. So that's where I've gotten very, very good deals. And I have them upstairs, downstairs, in my garage, in my bathroom, all over, because these devices can replace things like radios. If you had a radio and want to listen to a radio station, all I have to do is ask the device to play it there. And so they can replace a number of older dumb devices, and you can put them anywhere because the price is so cheap. I also put several in my dad's apartment. I use it to turn on and off lights. Heater I have in my office in the winter time. It'll automatically turn off the heater and things like that. I mentioned the TV. I can turn it on. I can mute. I can work with my calendar, grocery list, set it up for my parents as a pill reminder of taking their pills 3 times a day. You can use it as a radio. You can use it as music. You can ask it questions, date, time, all kinds of things. And then as my dad was getting less mobile, we wanted to make sure that he was safe in his apartment. I set it up so that from anywhere in his apartment, all he'd have to do is say, call for help, and it'd call my cell phone number and send me an emergency text message. So you can do these things, and all that's done for free. Let's do a little demo here. Let me see if I can get this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let me do. Okay. So this is a demo. I recorded this demo, so I didn't have to do it live here. And this demo was recorded in 2023. So the weather and things like that are as it was at that time.
Alexa, weather. Right now in St. Paul, it's 56 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Tonight's forecast has mostly clear skies, with a low of 38 degrees.
Alexa, what's my flash briefing?
Tom, here's the latest from your flash briefing. Sorry, the New York Times briefing's updates are not available right now. In weather, currently, in Highland it's 56 degrees Fahrenheit.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, tell me about the movie Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer is a 2023 biography film starring Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, and Matt Damon. The story of American scientist J. Robert Oppenheimer.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, what's on ABC TV tonight?
Here's what's on ABC tonight. At 9:01, there's a new episode of Press Your Luck. At 10:35, there's a new episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live. At 11:37, there's Nightline. At 4, back-to-back episodes of America This Morning.
Alexa, play the station WCCO.
News Talk 830 WCCO from Odyssey.
With the Astros at age 16 as an outfielder.
Alexa, cancel. Alexa, play the Frank Sinatra station.
The station Frank Sinatra on Amazon Music.
Alexa, stop. So it can play just about anything. The radio stations, all kinds of things, even podcasts. Alexa, play the AARP Perfect Scam podcast. Alexa, stop. Alexa, play the AARP Perfect Scam podcast.
Getting the Perfect Scam from Amazon Music. Here's episode 166, Dog Hospice Victimized by Bank Impersonation Fraud.
This week on the
Alexa, stop. Alexa, set an alarm for 5 minutes.
5-minute alarm set for 4:53 p.m.
Alexa, add an event to my calendar.
Got it, Tom. What day and time?
Friday, 8 a.m.
And what's the name of the event?
Eat breakfast.
Okay, I've added that.
Alexa, add orange juice to my shopping list.
I've put orange juice on your shopping list.
Alexa, what's on my shopping list?
You have 7 items on your shopping list. Orange juice, waffles, eggs, milk, cherries, peanut butter, bread.
Alexa, add to my to-do list.
What can I add for you?
Rake leaves.
I've added I'll break leaves to your to-do list.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
How do you talk to an amoeba? With a microbe phone.
Alexa, how do you spell Mississippi?
Mississippi is spelled M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I.
Alexa, how many ounces in a cup?
1 cup is 8 fluid ounces.
Alexa, Wikipedia, Antarctica.
Antarctica is Earth's southernmost and least populated continent. Situated almost entirely south of the Antarctic Circle and surrounded by the Southern Ocean, it contains
Alexa, stop. Alexa, how do you say thank you, Grandma, in Italian?
Thank you, Grandma, in Italian is Grazie, nonna.
Alexa, call Tom Kreuzer.
Which should I call, Tom Kreuzer's phone or Alexa devices?
Phone.
Calling Tom Kreuzer's mobile.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, what is the apple? Alexa, stop. Alexa, what is the Apple stock price?
When the market closed, Apple traded at $178 on the Nasdaq, down 0.3% since previous close.
Alexa, who is the smartest person in the world?
Tom Kreuzer is the smartest person in the world. He has an IQ of 98,765 and is good looking too.
Well, I guess you can't argue with these smart computers here. Okay, that concludes the demo on the voice. That last part of information, that's something that I actually programmed into Alexa. So you can set up what's called routines, where it can respond to questions. So if you have trouble remembering birthday or something like that, you can put that in, and it can repeat it back to you if you ask the question of, when's my wife's birthday? And it can tell you. So you can put your own questions and responses in there, and that's what I did for the smartest person in the world. Okay, let's see here. So voice assistants, there's thousands of things that you can do. The next category we'll talk about falls right in line with the voice assistants. It's smart displays or video assistants. They can do everything that the voice assistants can do, plus they can do video calls, stream TV, security camera, where you can view and get notifications. Screens vary from 5 inches, which is about the size of your cell phone screen, up to 12 inches. Some of them will follow sound. They have touch screens and many, many more features. You can get an Amazon Echo Show. That's this item down here. Recently was on sale during the Amazon Prime days for $49. Regularly lists at like $89. You can also get Google Next Hub, Facebook Portal, and there's literally hundreds of others. They're great in the kitchen also. I have an Echo Show, and I also put an Echo Show in my dad's apartment. I can drop in at any time on my dad to talk or check on him. I can also view my security cameras, family photos, news, and much more. So we'll look at a little demo here. This demo was shot, again, about 3 years ago when the last presentation was done. Still very pertinent, although the temperatures and some of the news items have changed a little bit there. But I shot it on my smartphone pointed at my Amazon Alexa. So you will see some glare or of me in the background. Well, I'm not really in the background of my Echo Show. It's just the glare off of the screen that's showing there. But let's take a look at some of the capabilities or what it can do there. So let me pull up the video there. Okay, this is a sample that I shot using my phone, taking a picture of my Amazon Echo Show 5-inch. Currently, the Echo is kind of showing some of the highlights, news articles, things like that. It'll also show slideshows of photos that I've uploaded to Amazon Photos. Amazon does give you 5 gigabytes of free space that you can put photos on. So I have put those up there. And today I shot this May 7th, about 1:31. And let's go through a few of the features there. One of the features that you have, similar to the voice, is we can drop in on somebody. And so let's drop in on my dad. Alexa, drop in on John Kreuzer. And it takes it just a few seconds to connect there. And so you can see he's laying on his couch right now. and we'll disconnect. Alexa, exit. So you can do the drop-in, and that's very nice. I can check in on my dad this way. We can actually have a conversation. You can also use it for video calls or chat. Some cameras will follow and actually zoom in on the person who is talking, depending on the type of device that you get there. But it can be used for Skype or Zoom calls. Once you've loaded your contacts and information there. If you don't want to be disturbed, you can activate a Do Not Disturb, or there's a button on the device to not take any calls or interruptions there. Another thing it can do is Alexa, open Stream Player. Alexa, open Stream Player.
Welcome to Stream Player. What would you like to do?
Stream Player will let you look at a number of things. Launch ABC News.
This TV channel is not available, or I might have misunderstood you. Please say, for example, start ABC News or start Channel 1. Please try again.
ABC News.
Launching ABC News Live.
Now give it to him.
Gabriel will take anything, even
So
a
here's
glass of water.
currently showing a free TV station. And there's a number of TV stations that are available.
And for
you
Rebecca
can set up
Notkin, that is
also
the
if you
last
have other
straw.
streaming services.
Andy, I can't believe you did that.
Alexa, exit. You can also watch videos on YouTube. So you can go out there and you can watch them on there. You can watch movie trailers, news briefings. If you have Prime Video, you can watch the movies and things like that. If you have a Hulu subscription, you can watch that. Alexa, play the trailer for Wonder Woman. Oh.
The gods gave us many gifts. One day you'll know them all. This is where we keep them.
It's beautiful.
Alexa, exit. Alexa, show me the back door.
Okay.
So if you have security cameras in that, and if they're compatible with Alexa, which most of them are, you can do that. So this is the back door out my room there. 1 second, I'm going to run outside and wave. Alexa, exit. So you can look at your different security cameras. Some of them, even the notifications of movement or car approaching or things like that, you could get that on the device, which is very nice. You can show or control your other smart devices, like your lights on and off, and just like you can do with the voice, you can do everything that they can do. Some are smart hubs for other smart devices. You can also upload your photos. Like I mentioned, I'm going through slideshows here, but you can upload your photos to Facebook and you can watch those, either from Facebook or Amazon Photos. You can also do things like Alexa, show me pictures of cats.
Here's what I found online.
And the screen itself is a touch screen, so if I move my finger, I can either scroll across, I can see things. If I want to make that one larger, I can make that one larger. So there's things that you can do. This is a full touch screen. I also have access to menus by swiping down. So if I take my finger and swipe down, there's a number of options that I can do there. Let's go back to the home. Alexa, show me a lasagna recipe.
Finding some lasagna recipes. Okay, for lasagna, here's a few recipes.
So there's a few recipes. Let's say I like this first one here. I can click on it, or I could actually use voice to select it also. It shows me the instructions, the ingredients. I can add all the ingredients to my shopping list. If this is in the kitchen, I can start cooking and I can scroll through it up and down. So you can use it for recipes or anything there. Alexa, exit. You can also ask it things like, what can I make with broccoli? What should I make for dinner? What wine goes best with fish? Alexa, show me my calendar. So just
Here are the calendar events.
So this shows what I have on my calendar, and just like with the voice, you can add, change. I could scroll forward. Oh, I didn't do a very good job, but you can scroll forward. You can do things like that. Alexa, show my to-do list.
Here's your to-do list.
So it can show you that. It can show you your timers that you currently have going and countdown for those. It can show you your shopping list. Alexa, show the weekend forecast.
Here's the weather for St. Paul for the weekend.
Cooling down on Sunday there. You can also look up show times or any information that you can do, like in a Google search or that you can search for, and you can have it shown here. You can also, since it is a touch screen, I could move my fingers. I could select things and that. And there's also voice commands to let you do that. I can also bring up a browser on here. Alexa, open Silk.
Here is Silk.
Silk is a web browser here. You can set up favorites in here to easily go to your favorites. So you can set up these. Alexa, search for 3M PCC Club.
Here's what I found.
So this is the 3M Club that I deal with. And if I wanted to go to that, I can click on here and I can go to things. Alexa, search for Carondelet Village.
Here are some results.
No, that didn't give me exactly what I was looking for. Alexa, exit. We won't spend some time, but basically anything that you do. Alexa, exit. Anything that you can do in a browser, you can do here. You can go to Amazon.com, look things up. You can do things there. This is also capable of doing a photo. So I can say, Alexa, take a selfie.
Swipe left for stickers.
There.
Saving to Amazon Photos.
So it can take a photo there and you can send it to somebody if you wanted to. Otherwise, it sticks it in with your photos there. If I want to
know what something is and it has a barcode, I can actually hold it up and it'll scan it and give me information on that, on what I'm holding, or I can add it to my shopping list. You can also ask it, what can you show me? Alexa, what can you show me?
There's a lot. For example, I can help with morning activities, relaxation, education, and more. Which would you like to explore?
Alexa, exit. So there's millions of commands that you can do and skills that you can do. It's just up to you what you want to do, but hopefully you got an idea of what some of the additional things that the video can do. Thanks.
Okay, let's get back to the presentation. Let me get that going here. My sister has a Facebook portal, which is a smart assistant. You can do video chats with the grandchildren. Works great. On the next item we'll talk about in smart devices is light bulbs, smart light bulbs. You can turn them on and off. Some of them have scheduling, dimming, brightening, color changes, group lights, outdoor, and more. Just a warning, smart bulbs usually don't work well with your old light switches. Your standard switch has an on and off. Well, the smart light bulbs want to have power all the time. That's the way they are connected to the internet. So, check it out before you actually buy. I turn on and off my lights, but I do it with smart plugs, not smart light bulbs. So there's options there that you can use, but the smart bulbs do have some capabilities there if you want to use those. This is smart plugs, electric plugs. They're the simplest device to set up, and that's usually what people buy first is smart plugs. You plug it into an electrical outlet and then plug your old dumb device into the plug. You can turn it on and off. They can be indoor. They can be outdoor. You can set a schedule. You can have a countdown. They can track energy consumption. So they can be used for all kinds of things. Prices range anywhere from $5 to about $30. I use the Eufy Home for several lights using voice and schedule. They don't. One of the things that they don't support is the Eufy didn't support sunrise and sunset, having the light go on at sunset and then have the light go off at, let's say, 11 o'clock at night. Well, the 11 o'clock at night was no problem, but the sundown, it didn't know that function. But I could use the function in Amazon Alexa. I could create a routine, and it's just a simple command telling it to turn on 30 minutes before sundown. And I use that to turn it on. I also use another one for my heater in my office, like I say, to automatically turn it off so I don't forget to turn it off when I leave the room there. So you can check on energy consumption with some of them. I recently, or a couple of years ago, I had bought 6 Menards FEIT plugs for Christmas lights, indoor and outdoor. And now I have voice commands to turn them on, turn them off, schedule when they're on and when they're off. So I could do all of that very inexpensively. Okay, another smart device is a thermostat. You can control the temperature remotely, so you could be on vacation and want to turn it up so that it's cooled down by the time you get home. Or you can check and just see how things are going. You can let it learn. It has built-in assistance, geofencing, so that as you get closer to your house, it turns things on, or if you're leaving your house, it turns things off. Can track energy consumption. It's a nice feature. I personally don't have it. Have a smart thermostat because the furnace that I have does not have what's called the C wire, and the C wire is a wire that's only in newer furnaces and that. But I do have a programmable thermostat, and that does enough for me. Okay, another category is video cameras, and they come in all shapes and sizes for all kinds of uses. Can be indoor, can be outdoor, cloud storage versus local storage, security and notifications, sound capability, movement, face recognition. It can, some of them can recognize all the members of your family. So you get a notification that your daughter has come home from school, and it knows who your daughter is. Quality can be 1K, 2K, 4K, zoom, pan, two-way audio, time-lapse. Power could be a plug, a battery, solar. It can be used to monitor doors, kids, pets, parents. Prices range from as low as $20 to over $400 for a camera. And then if you're going to use cloud storage or AI type features, you may be paying additionally for those each month. This is what I have. I have 4 Wyze, W-Y-Z-E cameras that I bought a number of years ago, almost 10 years ago now, for $20 each. I get notifications of people and movements that occur. But I also get false notifications. Sometimes if there's snow on the camera, or rain, or bugs, or cats, or raccoons, or rabbits. So you can adjust the notifications and the sensitivity for the cameras to get what you want. But you can't get rid of all false notifications. I can view the live feed at any time, either on my smartphone or on my Alexa device like I showed. You can get advanced features and storage, start at usually about $2 a month per camera. My cameras also come equipped where you can put in an SD memory card for local storage, and I believe mine will store like 6 days worth of camera activity there. And that doesn't cost me anything. I put a Wyze camera in my dad's living room apartment to do safety checks and notifications also. PC Magazine recently did a review of the Wyze camera version 4. It's water resistant, stands out as solid performance, color night vision, and starts at $35. There's many models. This is my setup. This is where one of my cameras is in the top of my garage, where my garage door is. And then there's the electricity is going inside in the garage and plugs in inside. I've never had a problem with it in the winter time, in sub-zero and in rain and snow. So you can do that. This is another example of a camera. I have one in my porch pointing out my back door. The back door photo or video that was in the Alexa demo, that's where that came from. And this is an example of the app. The app will show you can watch things live on the app. You can check out events. You can modify the settings for the camera. And my cameras are old, but they are 1080p. This is what it looks like. So this is myself and my neighbor out front shooting from my garage door there. And you can take pictures or pair off video and send it, so you can do all kinds of things there. Another category of cameras is the video doorbell. Very popular. They are a camera. They offer two-way voice, cloud storage, notifications, can be battery powered. Prices range from $80 to $300. I don't use one. I use my other cameras to monitor my front and back doors and send me notifications. Another category of products, door locks. Very popular. You can open and close remotely. Some have a camera. You can do the geofencing. As you approach the house, it can open it. As you leave the house, it can it can lock it. You have touch pads, notifications, voice activation, all these things. Prices range from $40 to $300. Recently, I bought, about 6 months ago, I bought some new locks for my house. I bought them from Menards. They had them on sale. and I got them for $35 a piece there. Security kits. They can monitor motion, leak detection, smoke and fire, panic buttons, sirens, base station, keypad, touchscreen. So anything that a professional security system can do, these do-it-yourself systems can also do. You just have to buy the right components and integrate it together there. Okay, some other smart devices. Outdoor lights, floodlights, path lights, spotlights, step lights, motion, camera, and you can schedule. Tracking devices like a Tile or an Apple AirTag. Those are smart devices. You can use it to find and track whatever you put it on. So if you put it in your luggage, you can track your luggage. If you put it in your kids' backpacks, you can be tracking that. If you put it in a car, you can make sure where the car is, things like that, $20 to $50. Another one that I use is called the State Farm Drive and Save. It's a little Bluetooth device that you put in your car. With it in my car, it's evaluating my driving, my acceleration, my braking, my right turns, my left turns, how much I drive, and I save over $400 a year by having that device. Garage door control. So most of the new models of garage door openers already have the smart capability built in. I've been waiting for my old garage door opener of 50 years to cease working so that I could get a new one or get a new one. It wasn't, so just last year I ended up going out to Amazon and I bought for $15 this little device here. It's about the size of a cigarette pack, and then it has a couple of sensors there, and you hook it up to an old, dumb garage door, and now I can control it with my Alexa devices and with my phone, and I get notifications when it goes up and when it goes down. So it's for $15, it's kind of neat. Another category that's gaining a lot of traction is smart glasses. They have built-in cameras, speakers, microphones to record, play music, take calls, translate. So you can be on a trip to Europe, and let's say you're in France and you see a billboard in French. It can translate that. Or if you're in a restaurant and you want to translate what the person is speaking in French, it can translate that for you. And you can get those for as cheap as like $200, or the Ray-Ban Metas are $299. Others, you have robot vacuums, watches, washing machines, fridges, ovens, appliances, water leak detectors, window shades, pet feeders, grills, cooking, vacuum, mower, sprinkler systems, bed, scale, toilet, all these different things. These are the results from the 3M Club survey this last year, and this just lists what different people have here, and certainly the voice assistants are up there, and the TV is up there, and you can see it goes all the way down. Door locks, I was surprised not too many people have those. Robot vacuums, a few, so we have a little variety there. These are other things to consider. Plan to update your devices after about 5 years. And that's because most of the devices are no longer supported by the vendor. Because they are a CPU and they have operating systems and old Wi-Fi connections and things like that, you just should plan on updating them if you're going to have them. Smart home devices can pose privacy and security risks, including invasive data collection, unauthorized surveillance, third-party data selling, and leakage of personal information. The future of these, certainly with more AI added to these devices and services, they're only going to increase. And actually, the devices are disappearing into our lives, and into almost every device that we buy now has this Internet of Things capability of combining it together. Okay, that's the end. Let me do this. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'll turn on my video here in a second. And in the chat, let's see, there's a question in the chat. Have you noticed that Alexa has more of an attitude lately? I think the intent is to be more conversational, but it sometimes sounds like a teenager that is not sure of the responses. I guess I haven't noticed that. I've heard some comments like that. And I believe you can change it because you can actually, there are a number of settings that you can do to change the way that it does. Yeah, there are different modes there and that. So you can control it a little bit there, but they are trying to build more and more capabilities in there, and they're making it like some of the chat bots. And certainly this has been around a lot longer than the chat bots were around, and I think they're trying to combine kind of the two functionalities there. Okay, other questions or comments? You can unmute and ask or put it in the chat there. Don't be shy. I'm sure quite a few of you are using some of these devices and found useful things, or maybe it's not so useful things there. Nothing's perfect there, but certainly everything gets a little bit better, and combining all these things together can really help you out there.
Hi, Tom. This is John Stofko speaking.
Sure.
We moved into an apartment building about 9 years ago, and they already have a lot of these smart devices here, our thermostat, and we bought smart plugs and things like that to turn on our lights at the right time. It does get confusing sometimes. We enjoy all these things, and the things that we buy new, we sometimes have some learning curves that how we're going to use them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Prior to like the Alexa, I was using or had purchased a deal that Radio Shack started selling years and years and years ago. It was called the X10 system. In the X10, you had different plugs for your electric devices. You could turn them on and off, and they had the lamps, and they had motion detectors and things like that. And an example there is, I thought, it'll be kind of nice to, in my basement, I'll set up a motion detector, and when it detects motion, it can turn on the lights down in my basement, and then turn them off after 3 minutes, let's say 3 minutes. Well, I set that up, and that works in certain situations, but then in the majority of situations, I go down to the basement and I don't want the lights going off after 3 minutes. So, I'd be down there doing something and the lights would go off, and then I'd have to say, turn the lights on. And so there's an example of something I thought would be useful with the motion detection and turning the lights on and then automatically turning it off after 3 minutes would save me time and effort, but it actually didn't. It was worse. So I took that off. And so it's an example of you just have to figure out what works for you and the way that you do it. The geofencing is another example. Sounds great in theory. As you get closer to your house, it can open up your garage door. It can open up the front door, things like that. But okay, let's say you and your wife are going to go out for a walk after dinner, and you stroll away from your house and it locks everything up, shuts the garage door, does things. And as you make one pass around the house, it says, you're coming back, and it opens the garage door and it does this and it does that. So you really do have to figure out what level of automation you want and adjust it accordingly there. The good thing is you can adjust these things, give them a try, make changes and things like that. Okay, Paul says, can you overload your Wi-Fi with lots of smart devices? So it depends on the device. Good question, Paul. If you have smart plugs and that, no, you can't overload. You can have the slowest Wi-Fi and equipment, and you won't have any problem at all. Where you will have a problem is video. So let's say you want to live stream your front door and your back door, and you're also storing it up on the cloud. If you've got all of that stuff going on, all of a sudden your bandwidth that your Wi-Fi network should be able to accommodate is going to have to be very fast. You may need 300 megabits per second, or if you have 8 cameras and you're doing all kinds of things and storing this on the cloud or things like that, all of a sudden you may need almost gigabyte speed to handle all of the data that is going back and forth and that. But that's truly just with video. It isn't an issue with, like I say, a plug or a light bulb or a garage door opener or any of these other things. It's just intermittently there's a command to turn it on, to turn it off, to check that it's still active. That's using very little bandwidth of your local network or the internet in general. Okay, any other questions there? And people usually start by, picking one device, whether it's a camera, whether it's plugs, things like that, setting it up, and then seeing how you can use it, whether it's for security, whether it's for monitoring the kids or seeing if the kids are in the backyard. You can pull it up at any time. That drop-in capability, that's a very handy deal for seniors or that. So unlike a video call, a normal video call or a Zoom, I'd have to, let's say, call the person, call my dad. My dad would have to answer and accept it. The drop-in, there is no answering and accepting it. I make the command, I see it. So that has to be set up security-wise between my dad and myself. You can't just drop in on anybody in the world. You have to have permission to drop in on that person. But the drop-in doesn't require him to answer it because he is very hard of hearing, and he'd have trouble hearing the ringing of the to accept the video call or chat there. The drop-in, I can just do in an instant, check on them, see if things are okay, and then disconnect or stuff like that. If he was a little, if his hearing was better and things like that, yes, I could have a chat with him. He sees my picture, I see his picture, that kind of a thing. But you can use it for all these different purposes there. And as we all age, I've mentioned before, I do a lot of help with the senior living facility where my dad is. These tools are invaluable because to add to the shopping list, all you have to do is say add to the shopping list, and it's added. They don't have to get on a computer. They don't have to type anything. I can look at that shopping list of his because I have permission. I can look at the shopping list, and you can have any number of shopping lists. So if you go to Menards and you go to Lund's and you go to Cub, you can create a shopping list for each of those and add and put stuff on there. So anybody can be adding. I can be at the store, look up the shopping list, and pick up what they want. So you can make your life so much richer and easier without having to sit down and on a smartphone or on a tablet or a laptop to do a number of these things. Other questions?
Hey, Tom, this is John Stofko again. We have smartphones that are T-Mobile, and they're fine if you're in the United States or in the United States. But if you go overseas to Mexico or to Canada, they make you buy packages to upgrade so that your speed will be high enough so that you don't have to wait for everything like maps and things to load. I think it's a way for them to make money, but it's very handy when you're over in another country.
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit about some of that before, some of the options with different phones or buying a burner, essentially a burner phone over there. So there are, different ways of doing it. The phones themselves, I'll just mention this. All smartphones are not the same. Smartphones come with certain technology built into them. And so not all phones can connect to all networks. So here in the United States, we have 5G. Well, 5G doesn't do you any good overseas. So they have different standards and different cell towers and capabilities that wherever you're going, that's what you have to kind of conform to. And it also applies to where you live, because I know people that don't live in the greater Minneapolis-St. Paul area. The further out you live, you start figuring out, or you start hearing from your friends and neighbors, this cell tower or this Verizon doesn't work at all. T-Mobile is piggybacking off of AT&T, so you have roaming charges or things like that. You run into all these different capabilities there. But it's if you are going to be utilizing your phone or connectivity somewhere else, you have to be aware of it. But even in the Twin Cities, I've mentioned before, if you want to have your home internet provided from T-Mobile or AT&T coming through the 5G connection, unless you're 2 blocks from where the cell phone tower is, you're not getting fast speed. You're getting 4G speed, and you're going to have a slow network there until they build out and put in more antennas that are closer to your house and closer for the devices that you're connecting to those. So it's everybody's in a different situation, and not every spot gets good reception there. Okay, any last question or comment? Okay, well, I guess that's it. Have a good day. Stay cool there. And if you do have any other questions, we'll have our question and answer coming up. And also, if you haven't signed up for the green mail outing, make sure and sign up for that, because you've got 1 week to sign up. So we'll see everybody hopefully at the picnic on the 29th then. Okay, bye.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah.